everybody, this is Alchemist2 and I'm back again with another movie review. I just watched Zindagi. I believe I'm pronouncing it correctly. And of course it stars Shah Rukh Khan and Alia Bhatt. And actually Shah Rukh Khan, he stars as a BD or brain doctor. And he gives lectures in a rather unconventional way, and his methodology of thinking is rather non-traditional, and he challenges people to think in outside of the box ways, and it's fascinating. It really is. And he plays more of a cameo role than a lead role like you would expect, but I still consider this a Shah Rukh Khan film. And his name is Dr. Jug Khan. He always plays a Khan, but I know, funny, har. I just had to make a comment about that. I thought he was breaking the fourth wall just a little slightly with that for people who had seen his films before, and he was just giving them a little wink and a nudge and saying, yeah, you probably think, oh, my name is Khan again, ha! But this was a drama, and we have a young woman named Kyra, and she is a producer, aspiring producer, and she has so many problems, but they all stem from one incident that occurred when she was just a little girl. And I'm not going to go into that because it's really, it's heartbreaking. And I love all the songs in it, but the first song that is actually not Let's Break Up, which I enjoyed, but the song where it's a song about herself. She's cursing her heart for having all these emotions, and I thought, yeah, it hit me hard because I I decided to let my friend of 15 years have a bit of a respite because I felt like I was being taken advantage of, and I didn't really see. I was living with blinders on, and I didn't come to this conclusion until more recently, and not having the constant companionship, it's left quite a void, and I got separation anxiety, and I don't like it. But I now know that the relationship was toxic, and I hate to say that. He's a wonderful person. He's a good friend, and he has gone out of his way to help me like I have for him. But in the long run, I think he knows that what he really wants, he wants a permanent relationship with me, which would not end well in our favor. And I would be miserable. He would be king of the mountain, but I would be just absolutely lost in abject misery, which I really don't want to become a part of. That's no. Thank you, but no thank you. It was challenging coming to that conclusion, and when Kyra goes to Dr. Khan, speech he has with her about shopping for chairs, it stuck with me. It just hit me right between the eyes, and I thought, why didn't I understand this? He was talking about how searching for a life partner is finding the perfect chair. And I thought, okay, go on with your analogy. And he stated, if you walk into a furniture store, you don't automatically buy the first chair that you see. No, you have to look for a chair that's accommodating and comfortable. And I thought that's true. And it might take some time to do that. It doesn't just happen overnight. It's not going to just appear out of thin air. You have to shop around. I thought, I see what you did there, Jug. That was very clever. That was very witty. But there are so many lessons that can be taken from this that are just so poignant and heartfelt And it's just such a great film. It's just unbelievably good, and I needed this right now due to everything I'm going through, and it gave me reassurance that I'm not losing my mind. Grief is not robbing me of who I really am. It's a process. It can't be rushed, and it's something that I'm facing head on. I'm not running away from it. I'm able to express myself. Thank goodness for that. If I were holding all my emotion inside, I would never heal, and I'm working on it day by day, and some days are better than others. But I realize that a time will come where I'm able to be comfortable talking about my mom and my dad. Right now, it's still fresh, even though it happened in August. It's still fresh, and it still hurts, but it's a necessary part of life, and it's going into a situation I'm not familiar with, and everything will come out right in the end. And I know that. It's just, you gotta be persistent, and whatever happens will happen for my betterment and the betterment of everybody else around me. That's how the universe works. To my understanding, I might be completely wrong, but I was talking to a friend of mine about this, and he's originally Pakistani, and he knows I'm not Desi, and his favorite film is Devdas. He's got excellent taste, by the way. He introduced me to a lot of movies I had never heard of, like TTR has. But he said, Zindagi, it means life. So the title is Dear Life. And of course that makes sense from her standpoint, going back when they have the flashback retroactively into her childhood. And I thought, I'm not going to say why, because like I said, that is a tipping point, and it explains everything that Kyra is going through. But as far as films are concerned, Zindagi, it's brilliant. It's absolutely incredibly done, and Shah Rukh deserves just all the kudos for it. This movie has really helped me, and I needed it more now than ever, and if I could thank him personally, I would, because this movie is very healing for me, and it spoke to me on a very philosophical, profound level, and helped me understand what I'm going through. It's just so resplendent, and everything about it is amazing. Especially the last song is one of my favorites, but it's just fantastic. It really is. It's astronomical. And I give it 2 thumbs up and 5 stars, hands down. If you're a fan of Shah Rukh, I would definitely say see this. And it's gotten a lot of plaudits. I'm going to read some of the shining, resounding praises that it received. And yeah, these are really marvelous reviews. It said, Gauri Shinde's insightful movie is a resounding victory. That's from New York Times. Heartwarming, sensitive, joyously entertaining. That's from Gulf News. Gauri Shinde hails the Alia Bhatt Shah Rukh Khan magic in Dear Zindagi, Forbes, Australia. Made with finesse and heart, makes viewer think of what the people who matter most. Yeah, that's absolutely true. Holds up a mirror to life. Again, another actuality. Beautifully written, delectably crafted, and superbly acted. Yes, I would have to agree. It's 2 hours, but I didn't even notice that. I was just so completely wrapped in this story and the characters, and just how she had to face her one fear. And I think a lot of us can relate to that, because none of us really want to go into what makes us afraid. But once we stand up straight with our shoulders back and our head held up high, and knowing that God's on our side, nothing is impossible. And we are in control. Nobody else, not that fear. Because one thing I've learned through Reiki is, like I've said before, he who angers you controls you. Worry can add stress to your life, and stress, we all know, is a killer, as Bartok would say in Anastasia. Yep, it's a killer. But you just gotta be careful. Just relax, take some deep breaths, and realize, like she says in the very beginning, it'll be all right. Everything's okay. And that's what stuck with me as well. I thought, yes, yes, yes. I keep saying this, all is well, just like 3 idiots, all is well. And that's one thing that I continually say to myself, all is well, and it will be. It will be. And like my Reiki video says, and this is so, it will happen. It just, sometimes it takes a period of days, maybe even weeks, for things to manifest, and patience is cultivated. And that's one thing I've learned from working in a factory. Before, I had absolutely no patience or any kind of tolerance. I had a lot of tolerance. It just, you learn how to interact with all different kinds of people. And that's the human experience. And I'm so grateful for that. It's made me become the person I am today. And thank heaven for that. But that's all I have to say about their Zindagi. And I shall see you next time. Live long, prosper. Ciao, tutti!